Hi-ho, Tudor-minded people. It's Philadelphia Carey for Tudor Time Machine. The word I share with you this week is Peradventure. Tudor Files. I have related that I heard the most extraordinary news at court, and that my intelligencer was the French ambassador, Paul de Foix. I am not a minching sneak. Peradventure, you imagine I was abed with the good man when he divulged his secret. No, no, it was in the palace kitchen, and our conversing was most chaste. But avaunt. The secret was that Monsieur de Foix had news from Scotland that Queen Mary of Scots was to marry Lord Darnley, son of Margaret Douglas, Countess of Lennox. Peradventure, good friends, you know not that this countess is a relation to my queen? Peradventure, you know not that she is a scheming harpy who has set plots against my good mistress, one being this marriage between Darnley and Mary? Peradventure, you know not that my good queen forbade Lord Darnley to travel to Scotland, and yet the dastard did so in secret. Oh, it is hurly-burly madness! I tell true that my good queen fears all of the actors in this play. The Countess of Lennox is the daughter of Henry VIII's sister, Margaret Tudor, and some say she should have been the Catholic heir to England's throne after Mary died. These base persons do call my good Elizabeth a bastard, and so deny her rule. The Countess of Lennox's son Darnley himself has a claim to the English throne, and Mary of Scots also has a claim, being the granddaughter of the same Margaret Tudor, who was the Countess of Lennox's mother. It is quite a family tree. An alliance between the Queen of Scotland and the son of the Countess of Lennox will unite these two with claims to England. Their eyes shall look to my queen's throne. Peradventure, the Spanish shall support the Catholic couple, and they will march on England. Oh, what should I do? News such as this shall come soon to Elizabeth's ear. Dare I tell the queen the news myself? Peradventure, she shall vent her anger upon me, and her anger is a frightening thing. Peradventure, in her fury, she shall banish me to the Tower, and I shall be left there to rot in the dank. But if I do not disclose what I have heard, peradventure she will discover that I kept the secret to myself, and again the Tower shall be my fate. Oh, what to do, what to do? I would avoid the Tower at all costs. Peradventure it would behoove me to say my dear husband, Thomas, Baron Scrope, is ill. Then I can sail down the river in a bark to Barton, and avoid all unpleasantness. Yes, my friends, I have a mickle of cowardice, but I also have an abundance of sense. I am no dastard, but peradventure absence is the best resolve in the face of a queen's fury.
How now, Tudor Files, what think you? If you're new here, I'm Gage.
I'm Jessica.
And we're here with Philadelphia Carey for Tudor Word of the Week.
Don't miss a word, and listen to the Tudor Time Machine Story Project, so diverting. And I pray bid you tell a ningle and ring the little YouTube bell.
Tudor Files, thank you for listening. Every one of you has the wit of Rosalind and the heart of Cordelia.
And don't be shy about writing to Philadelphia on YouTube or suggesting words, because we love hearing from listeners.
How do you spell our Tudor Word of the Week, Philadelphia?
It is spelled Peradventure.
Peradventure, and it means perhaps, maybe, perchance.
And now it's a very formal word. I think it's still kind of technically in use, but dare I say it might be a little pretentious to use it now?
Peradventure, it might. But in the Tudor world, it was used a lot. It's listed as a FEW, or frequently encountered word, in the online glossary of words used in the 16th century theater. The origin of the word is French, right, Philadelphia?
My pardon?
Peradventure, our word of the week. It's probably French in origin.
My dear Gage, I have no mind for the origin of words. What are you brabbling on about? Peradventure, I have more pressing matters to fill my noddle with, such as a calamitous union in Scotland. What if the Scottish invade whilst you quiz me on etymology?
Okay, Philadelphia, I get it. You are upset. And actually, royal marriage alliances do have consequences.
Our word of the week comes from a letter written during another royal betrothal that really set England on edge. In 1553, Mary Tudor, Elizabeth's sister, ignored her privy councillors who wanted her to marry an English noble, Edward Courtney.
But her uncle, Charles V of Spain, suggested that she marry his son, Prince Philip of Spain.
The fiend! And this same Philip, now king, supports this marriage of Darnley and the Scottish queen.
I understand why Mary wanted the Spanish alliance. Spain was the most powerful country in Europe at the time, and her mother was Spanish. She felt a very strong allegiance.
Faith, she should have married an Englishman.
Well, a lot of people at the time thought the same way. And Sir Thomas Wyatt, the younger, son of the poet Wyatt, led an uprising with the aim of getting Mary to give up the Spanish throne.
I was but a child, yet I remember when Sir Thomas Wyatt marched on London, certain that he would be welcomed by the city. But he was turned away, the walls were closed against him, and his followers deserted him. My dear mistress, Queen Elizabeth, then but a princess, was implicated in the plot. It was said that Wyatt had looked to her to take the throne over the Catholic Mary.
Elizabeth wrote her sister insisting that she was not involved. Can you read us a little of that letter, Philadelphia?
My dear mistress wrote, most beseechingly. Therefore, once again, kneeling with humbleness of heart, because I am not suffered to blow the knees of my body, I humbly crave to speak with your highness, which I would not be so bold as to desire if I knew not myself most clear, as I know myself most true. And as for the traitor Wyatt, he might peradventure write me a letter, but on my faith I never received any from him. And as for the copy of the letter sent to the French king, I pray God confound me eternally, if ever I sent him word, message, token, or letter by any means. And to this truth I will stand in till my death. Your Highness's most faithful subject, that hath been from the beginning, and will be to my end, Elizabeth. I humbly crave but only one word of answer from yourself.
Unfortunately for Elizabeth, Mary ignored her letter. Elizabeth was arrested and taken to the Tower of London.
Oh, I shudder to think of my honourable mistress in such torment, in the Tower, where her mother was beheaded. Surely she thought her evil sister would have her executed as well. But my mistress was so popular with the people of England, and at last Mary released her. And the Spanish marriage was a failure. Mary died childless, and Elou, my good Queen Elizabeth, took the throne. This gives me comfort. Peradventure, this Scottish marriage will also fail, and Queen Mary of Scots will perish, childless and alone. Oh, I do hope it turns out thus. So take heed, Tudorphiles. Add some 16th century sauce to your vocabulary with peradventure. Listen in next time, don't miss a word, and subscribe on YouTube. Help Tudor Time Machine become a huge presence on the web. Don't forget, give me a like.